Welcome to my channel, everyone. If you are new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Thank you so much for your patience. Like I said in my previous video, I've decided that when I need to take a break, I'm just gonna take a break, a mental break, that is, not just a break because I feel lazy or I just don't want to do whatever. I started this year being consistent, and then I kind of fell off because, like I said, a lot of things come up here and there, and so I'm trying as much as possible to be consistent, but at the same time I also want to pay attention to my mental health and take a break when I can, right? I am the mother of a now 1-year-old, and so a tough for those stay-at-home mothers, boy, big up yourself, because it's hard. Don't it really hard with a toddler, you know? It's a lot. Those who work and then come home to attend to their kids as well, big up yourself, you know. So over here I do a little bit of lifestyle. I do motherhood, because like I said, I am a mother to a 1-year-old, and I'm gonna do a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of vlogging here and there when I can, reviews, hauls, all the good stuff. All right, so this morning I woke up and I tidied the house a little bit, and then I took a shower, and I just started feeling good and feeling relaxed and energized at the same time, the whole works. And so today I decided that I'm going to just be doing a ton of videos. So I have a list of videos that I should have been putting out. Some I've already filmed, and then some I haven't done, but I have them in my journal here, my 2022 journal. Big up to Eugenia, or Anessa as she goes by too. I saw this on her TikTok and I was like, I need to get one, so big up you, right? If you know her, just tell her I'm missing her a big up, right? So I'm gonna be doing several videos today. So if you see me in the same thing, I see me ear look same way, I see my face look same way, yes, at the same day I shoot them, I'm just doing a whole lot of videos. We're gonna be traveling soon, and so I wanna have videos that I can put out while I'm on vacation as well, right? That video will be coming soon, so I'll do a pack with me very soon, right? So big up yourself. This video, as you would have seen in the title, is going to be things they don't tell you about pregnancy, a few things that I disliked about being pregnant. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I am so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful that I went through all that I went through. I'm so grateful for my little blessing, you know, that God gave me. And so I'm not being ungrateful or anything. I'm just talking about things that I went through that I never really read about. When I went to the internet, I never really read about it, right? Mind you, during my pregnancy, I didn't really want to see a whole lot of stuff on the internet that people were talking about, and so I only Googled specific things, right? But yeah, so here are some things that I went through while I was pregnant that I didn't really like. Okay, so I have some company. Don't mind him, he's just eating his strawberries, having a merry time. So 10 things I disliked about being pregnant. Okay, number 1, the questions. So of course, when I found out I was pregnant, I had taken a break from social media because that's when we had started our channel, and I couldn't keep up. I couldn't manage, right? So I didn't tell a lot of persons. We didn't tell our family. We didn't tell our friends. We wanted, because we had lost before, and there's a lot of uncertainty with pregnancy, right? And so we decided not to tell anyone. well, we only told two persons, my best friend and his brother, right? That's it. He got to choose one person, I got to choose one person, and that's how we did it. So found out we were pregnant, kept it a secret because we didn't want anybody to know, just in case of anything. Like I said, you know how pregnancy is. So around 3 months, I didn't know I was 3 months as yet, but around 3 months, of course, I told this story already. I had complications, and so I went into labor very early and had the bleeding and so on. So at that point, we had to go ahead and tell our families. His family, he could choose immediate family, and I could choose my immediate family to tell as well, right? Because I mean, at this point, I'm laying in a hospital and we don't know what's gonna happen. So now there are persons that I have a very good relationship with, meaning close, I'll talk to and so on. And then there are persons I'm okay with, you know, family and friends. As my pregnancy progressed, more questions came, you know, when is your due date? And I don't mean from family and friends either. I mean from people who just see you. When is your due date? What type of baby are you having? You know, you should be doing this, you know, do you do this to make sure that the baby come out with this type of skin? Do you, it's a lot. Oh, are you eating enough? Are you doing this? Da 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 da. Now, one thing I'll say, if it is that I want you to have this information, or I wanted you to have this information, or we're friends or we're family and I talk to you and I'm cool with you, because not every friend you're cool with, well, cool to a point with, and not every family member you're cool with. You understand? That you want to know certain details about what's going on with you, right? And so the persons who knew. The persons who didn't know just didn't know, right? Right? And so, I mean, I'm just throwing this out there to people. If it is that the person wants you to know something, they'll tell you. If it is that you have to be ifing and butting and wondering and so on, then don't want you to know, right? And then came the advice. Like, first of all, you're not my doctor and whatever. And I'm not against, like I said, getting advice from people. But if I want advice on something, I'll ask for it. Like, to just be telling people about what to do, especially with a pregnancy and so on. Like, I could never, somebody could never tell me I was pregnant, they were pregnant, and I'd be like, oh really, you started this yet? No. Uncertainty for me is number 2, because with pregnancy there's a lot of uncertainty, especially if, like I said, there's loss or there is reason to doubt certain things and so on. And so the uncertainty was one of the things. Like, it kept my anxiety going. Also paired with the fact that it was COVID time and it was the peak of COVID, right? So now the uncertainty of everything also paired with, oh, what's my baby going to look like? Is my baby going to be healthy? You know, I had a lot of doubt in my pregnancy too. It's something I don't talk about a lot, and I've mentioned it to a few persons before, maybe 1 or 2 to be honest. I was worried a lot about death while I was pregnant, and I was worried about what it would be like to deliver, because I know persons lose their life during delivery. Now, mind you, this came on because of the situation I was going through. So the bleeding, you know, the doctor telling me, oh, I'm sorry, you know, we can't take the baby, we just have to let your body do what it needs to do, and unfortunately if you continue bleeding, you could die from it, you know what I mean? And so there's a lot of uncertainty going on. So that was a lot of stress. So that dreams, mama stress dreams. Nobody told me, right? Nobody told me that pregnant people dream. And dream, when I say dream, I mean dream a lot. Have vivid dreams. Listen, my dreams were so intense. 1 minute I was dreaming that I was having a baby, and most of my dreams that I had about a baby, like what my baby would be, was a girl. Like I would always dream that my baby was a girl, right? I was like, Kadir, can I put you back to watch TV now? Right? So dreams. But then the other minute I would be having a nightmare. I would be having some intense dreams, and just out of the blue. It's not like you dream your entire pregnancy. It's like up to a point, like I think like 7 months in or 6 months in, that's when I started dreaming, or probably before, I don't remember. But let me tell you, when the dreams started, they started, and they would not stop. Like they felt so real. Now mind you, I have a baby who, you know, your baby's at nighttime, you know, up in your belly because you're not moving, as I would sleep in the daytime when I was moving about and so on for the most part. And as soon as I would lay down in the nighttime, he was up and about and doing his business in there, right? So the next thing, morning sickness that lasts all day. It says morning sickness. I'm assuming whoever named it, a doctor or whoever, it was because of it would happen in the mornings. It didn't. For me, it was all day. No, I wasn't throwing up a whole lot. I wasn't getting up and throwing up in the morning and so on. But I was nauseous. I would throw up sometimes. There are a few times I threw up. But I didn't throw up a whole lot during my pregnancy. But I felt like I wanted to throw up. Now, for me, I'm used to feeling nausea every month with my period. But to constantly feel like you're gonna throw up, for me, I would prefer to throw up, to actually throw up, than to feel like I want to throw up and not throw up. It's the worst feeling for me. Like to want to throw up and not throw up at all. Because at least I know when I want to throw up, if I throw up, I'll feel better because I can get whatever out my system. For me, I was nauseous all day long. I think this lasted until maybe like 4 months, 5 months, I think. Yeah, like five or up to like 5 or 6 months. I was nauseous all the time. Right? Next thing for me, the taste in my mouth. Now, with the morning sickness came the fact that I could not brush my teeth properly. I could not, but those are the times I would throw up. Once my toothbrush hit my tongue, anywhere on my tongue, that's where the throw up would come in, right? Worse, if me ever dare some, me I put it at the back of my mouth. Now, mind you, when I was pregnant, I had a nasty taste in my mouth all the time too. Some people say it's like a taste of metal or whatever. I don't really know what it tastes like, to tell you, but it was just maybe it was metal. It was just a weird taste in my mouth, right? So I had that taste in my mouth all the time, and then you get up, trying to brush your teeth. You brush your teeth to go to bed. I think my teeth got very, very bad when I got pregnant. You gonna choke me? Very, very bad, because I couldn't brush my teeth a whole lot at all. Like once the toothpaste or anything, I would constantly have to go get like baking soda or peroxide or something to try to, you know, clean my mouth as much as possible. But once that toothbrush hit my tongue anywhere, that's it. That was it for me. And it was a whole lot. It was too much for me. I honestly, the other thing, you have hiccups, baby. You want your juice? Thank you. Right? Now, the other thing was smell. Now, people talk about this a whole lot. You know, some people say fish smell or somebody cooking or whatever the smell. That I dislike so much about pregnancy. But I had no problem with fish. I ate fish most of my pregnancy, which is why I think as I came loving fish so much, right? The scents that bothered me the most when I was pregnant, vinegar. The smell, even to this day, right? I had a baby over a year ago, and the smell of vinegar, before that I don't even know if I knew that vinegar had a smell or not. The smell of vinegar would ruin my entire day. And people are probably gonna ask, like, what did you need to use vinegar that much for, or whatever. Now, where we are now, certain times, like when it gets super hot, there's a lot of ants that comes out, like all over, right? Not necessarily food or anything. I don't know where they come from. And so Kwesi had read that you can use vinegar to kill them, right? Rather than using like harmful insect sprays and so on. So I think that's when we started using vinegar to like kill ants or anything else. Plus, you know, you use vinegar if you're gonna clean meat or fish or anything like that, right? I know you can use lime juice and so on, but vinegar is the go-to. So with the ants and so on, he would wipe the counters down with vinegar or whatever, and you know, it gives it, because it doesn't have a strong smell, or so I thought, you know, you wipe it and then it dries and, you know, plays fresh and all that. Vinegar would ruin my entire day. Like, I could smell it. I could be in the room and Kwesi's like cleaning up fish and using vinegar, and that would be it for me. Like, my whole body, my whole belly would churn. The second thing, my own body odor. Like, I could have just taken a bath and come out and like, Kwesi, you smell me? You know, smell me? Like, I could not stand. And this wasn't my entire pregnancy, but the vinegar was my entire pregnancy. I would constantly be like, baby, you know, smell me? Oh my God. Like, like I said, I could go in the shower, take a shower and come back out, and I would just detest my own smell. Like, I couldn't stand it, right? So that's another thing I hated about being pregnant. The next thing, back pain. Let me just say body pains in general, because I'm a girl who sleeps on my side. I sleep on my back as well, and I sleep on my belly, right? I can do all, but I mostly sleep on my side. Can you get the fork for mommy, please? Thank you. When I was pregnant, they said, okay, I have to sleep on my left side in order, especially since I have a high-risk pregnancy. You know, you want to do everything as best as possible to make sure that the baby's healthy. I slept on my side so much that I was numb. Like, my side would go numb sometimes, right? And it was tough. I was already having a high-risk pregnancy. Mind you, also, as I almost broke my rib while I was pregnant, right? And so I just started getting feeling back right under my left breast, like by my rib there. So I would constantly have like back pains. The heavier the belly got, I bought a band. I'm going to do a review on that too. A few stuff that I bought while I was pregnant. So I bought a belly band that was supposed to help lift the belly. If some of you saw a picture of my belly, I'm gonna show you. Some people actually thought I was having twins when I actually revealed that photo. My belly was so big. I had a lot of fluids in my belly. So my belly was heavy. I couldn't sleep properly. I couldn't sit properly. Nothing. It didn't matter. And right now because I have a strained back anyway, I think that's what contributed to it. But I think I would have had back pains anyway. It's a normal thing during pregnancy, right? So the back pains, ooh, that was tough. Next thing, muscle contractions. Woo! Woo! What? Let me tell you, muscle contractions in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. Let me tell you, the rough, because you don't have a belly, you don't sleeping on your side and it cramp up and it numb, your back hurt you, and then contractions. And that came later on in my pregnancy, I think. Yeah, that came later on, because that was when we came back home. That's when those cramping started in my foot. Sometimes I would get up. Of course, I would wake Kwesi up to rub it out for me, but sometimes I wouldn't wake him up. I would get up like I want to scream. It's almost like it's doubled. I didn't know that people got that when they were pregnant too. Like, when I went and Googled it, that's when I realized it was a norm. Like I said, people don't talk about all these things that they go through. The next thing, constantly feeling tired. That's a norm. You have a big old belly walking in front of you. But I was tired from before. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the symptoms of pregnancy is fatigue. So you know from early that you're pregnant and so on, because you're always tired. I was always tired. That's one of the things I didn't like at the time. At the time when I got pregnant too, I was starting to lose weight. I was more active. I was, you know, I was detoxing. I was moving a lot. I had like my workouts in the evenings and so on. I was doing a lot. Then when I got pregnant, I was running out of breath, just talking, sitting and talking. I was so tired. I was always so sleepy. Sometimes I was so tired and then I would go lay down and not sleep. I was just tired. Like I could feel, you know, body come down. And then of course the bigger my belly got, the more tired I got. So that's one of the things I didn't like. It's just almost like you don't have full control of your body all the time. The last thing, I think this is the biggest thing for me, the constant gyno trips. The more advanced you are, well, for me, I was doing more checks after I found out I was high risk. I had to go to the hospital every single week, right, for a month after I came out of the hospital. So I mean, at this point I'm in the hospital, and every single day, like twice a day, a nurse has to come check me, right, to check if I've stopped bleeding. So a nurse has to come check me to see if I've stopped bleeding, and then twice a week I also have to go down to ultrasound to do an ultrasound to make sure that everything's okay, right? And I can't get up and do anything. After a while, when the bleeding stopped, then I was able to go shower on my own and so on. Other than that, I would have to get cleaned up by a nurse and all of that for full-on week, like a week that happened, right? And I had to get checks like twice a week down there. Then after I came out of the hospital, so when you get to like 8 months, 9 months, they're about 30 something weeks, then you have to go to the hospital. You have to go to your doctor every week. So on top of all those checks that I had to do, now I had to go every single week, and that's a norm for every pregnant person, right, leading up till you give birth. Listen, at this point you can wipe pride out of your mind completely, because the amount of persons going down there to check everything, because it's not like you have the same nurses some people have the same doctor, but for me, because I was in the hospital, nurses go on shifts. So I mean, it's the same set of nurses. I had like say 5 different nurses, right, including one man. There was one man nurse and other female nurses. So they're checking and all of that, and at this point, like I said, wipe pride out of your mind. Then you go to the hospital and your doctor has to check you. For me, I didn't have the same doctor all the time either, because they were constantly changing. So during my pregnancy, I had about 4 doctors in total, maybe 3 or 4 doctors in total, right? So every 2 weeks, so every week, a doctor checks, because at first it's every 2 weeks and then it goes to every week. So every 2 weeks is a different doctor. And I'm like, oh my God. Then one of them was a man too at some point. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is... I'm so tired. And then when you're that advanced in pregnancy too, like the checks let me tell you, the worst part of those visits for me, especially the last part, was what's called a membrane sweep. So the membrane sweep is supposed to help to get you into labor, right? I'll put a definition of it somewhere here. So I had a membrane sweep. Let me tell you, when I say hot, and the lady's telling me, just try to hold out a little bit longer. Don't move. Don't close your leg. Like, just try to keep still. Listen, man, that was rough. When I got up, I could hardly walk, and I could hardly walk for like 2 days. Like, no cap, like I could hardly walk for like 2 days, right? And I was like, the only thing I could keep playing over in my head is like, okay, it's for the sake of the baby, it's for the baby, so that the baby will come. You want to get out of labor, Rochelle. You know, you want the baby to come. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, it'll, because some people do membrane sweeps more than once, but for me, that membrane sweep, trust me, that, anyway. So this is the end of my video. Like I said, so those are 10 things that I disliked about being pregnant. If it is that you can relate, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me the ones that you can relate to or the ones that you can't relate to, and let us know, right? Like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all. I love the support. You know, I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful that I can come here, and you know, like I said, when I started this video is to make it like a diary, a vlog, you know, a video that I can just say and build a community, be a part of a community, you know, where people can relate to what I'm saying and I can relate to what they're saying too, and we can share our stories and so on. So I'm so grateful for that. If you are new here, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I promise, for those of my oldies but goodies, I promise I'm gonna try to keep being consistent, right? It's just like I said, it's tough. It's tough, you know, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like these other YouTubers that we see and they have nannies, and you know, even some of the Jamaicans that they have help. You know, we're here, we don't have family here that we can say, oh well, you know, we don't have a lot of friends here either, and so it's tough, but we do what we gotta do. I do what I gotta do. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support. Like I said, go ahead, leave a comment down below, let me know if you can relate to it, and you know, like this video, share this video, and walk good, keep safe, keep sweet. I love y'all. Bye.